started learning. We started learning the Python variables, and how Python stores a value in its own memory. Okay, and these kind of details we have learned. So let's learn the data types, or else the different kinds of data types that we will deal with in Python. Okay, so before getting there, I just wanted to share some repository updates that I made for your convenience, or else for your learnings. Where can I share? I don't see the share option. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I can see it now. So hope you guys have received, or else you guys have gone through the links that I've shared. Right. So this is this is our repository. Repository, when I say repository, means it's just a folder, a remote folder, which contains our codes and everything. Okay. So in this repository, we do have 2 branches. I'll tell you the branches and details later. But in the main branch, if you click in the main branch, if you go to installations folder, you'll have a file called installationguide.md. If you click on it, you can see whatever we have done in the first day with some kind of images. Okay, so let me know if it is helpful to you, or else if it suggests me, okay, Rajiv, keep it little more specific, or else little more detailed, I can do that as well. Okay, so next thing is I added some kind of details about Python here itself. Yesterday, Paul asked me a question like bytecode, machine code, source code, these kind of things. Okay, so for that, what I did some work on that. So I have written like, how does Python work? Okay, what could be the major difference between the Python's execution of programs and the other languages execution of programs. Okay, and in that context, what is the difference between source code, bytecode, and machine code? Also, I have added garbage collection. I know I haven't told you that, but even though I have added what is a garbage collector and what is its role in Python as well. Okay, so we'll be seeing all these things in Python, and I will try to modify, or else I will try to amend this particular file with some other details as we go on. Okay, important details kind of thing. So this is one thing that I've added in the repository. You can go through whenever you have some free time, and whenever you have some practice time kind of thing. And I have one more file called git commands. Okay, these are all the git commands that we can use to do a specific task related to the version control. Okay, these are all for your references. Again, we will go through when we are learning it. Okay, these are all for your references. I'll try to modify, or else I'll try to update this document as we go on, as I said, right? So let's get back to our day plan today. Routing controls. Okay, so today we will see data types in Python. Okay, what kind of data types we have, what kind of text data types we have, what kind of numeric data types we have, what kind of composite data types we have. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm skipping few data types, few complex or little advanced data types for now, but these are essential. Someone is okay, can I? Okay, so these are all the essential data types that I have listed here. Okay, we will go through each data type via a program. Okay, by writing a small program. And today I want you guys to write a small program for me and push it to your own repository. That's what the exercise that we are going to do for today. Okay, this is our agenda today. I hope you guys are okay with that. So please give me or else please just tell me if it is okay with you guys. Okay, in the chat box. That's it. Just okay or understood or any doubts if you have. How can I see the chat here? Okay.
Raju, before that, can you check my GitHub or VS Code that I installed? You can just give me clarity of what I'm doing.
You wanted me to check your GitHub VS Code thing, VS Code installation?
Yeah.
Okay, please open. Please start sharing your screen. Maybe this might help you, help other guys as well. Please have a look at it. Okay. Let us see the issue. If we can solve it now, we'll solve it. Yeah. Okay.
So, where are you gonna write the program? Like in the VS Code, or which one should I be opting?
Okay. In the VS Code itself, we'll write. Okay. First of all, let me. Okay. Maybe this might be a good opportunity to tell other guys as well to clone a repository or push your first file to your repository. Okay. Let me control your system if that is okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you give me control?
Yeah.
So today I'm taking Paul's system, or tomorrow I might take some other else's system. Okay. To do some example task or a sample task so that you guys can follow along with me. Have you given me the access?
Should I go with the remote control here, or?
Yeah. Just give me. Ravi, can you help us me Zoom? How should I do that if I want to get the access of Paul's? If you know if it is possible, just let me know.
So you want to access his access control, right?
Yes. I wanted to.
Not Paul, actually Ben.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's Ben. I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Because it's a clean slate, right? For me, I have things already installed. I have things already working, right? They're in place. So if I start with a clean slate, maybe because everyone is having the similar setup like this. That's why I wanted to do like this. Just go to your floating controls. Maybe there you can search for the options, giving some kind of control to others.
Hey, hi Ben.
Yeah.
See, you are sharing your screen, right?
Yeah.
So while sharing your screen, please check that if you have the option like click remote control.
Yeah, I clicked it. Yeah.
Okay, then if you want to give the select to participant, right? Give the Raj, RB. I see your screen actually. Let's see if there is any. Yeah.
I can control now.
Good. You're good, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, great. So team or else the people in the meeting. Okay. So this is how your Visual Code Studio will look like, right? First of all, let us check the extensions that we have installed are in place or not. So as per Ben's system, okay, Jupyter things are have been installed. Python has been installed. Then Git Lens is not installed. Let us install this thing first. Okay, who haven't installed it, please see this process. It's not a big thing. Okay, just a button click thing. Right. Okay, you can see the icon coming up on your left side of your VS Code. Let me close it. I don't want to do anything right now as of now. Let me see if I can add it here. Accounts, hide activity bar. I want to say git guides. Configure extensions. Can I add it here? Okay, let us leave this thing 1 second. Let me add a file first. And this one, okay. Oh, is this your Windows system?
Yes, Raji.
Okay. So is this a folder called Python Mania that you have created? Python
Yeah, I just create.
Mania?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the same GitHub repository that you have created?
That's what I was not sure, Rajiv, because
Okay.
I've missed some classes, so I just did a sign up
Okay.
for a repository, but I'm not sure if I did it right or not.
Okay. So keep the repository part aside. First, let us create a file. Okay. New file within the Python Mania folder. Okay. So let's name it as data types, something like that. .py. Okay. First of all, is every I hope you guys cannot see the screen, right? Or can you guys see the screen?
I can see it.
We can see
Okay.
this.
You can see.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Great. So let us create a sample file here. Data types.py. Okay. So this is how you create a simple file in this folder called Mania. Okay. So let me write. Oh, there is loading symbol. Why is it happening?
Rajiv, can you explain how did you create this Python Mania folder?
Yeah. 1 second. I'll come from that point then. Can I access the other part of your system along with the Visual Studio Code then? Is that okay?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how to do that though. But let me try. Let me see.
Yeah. Or else just a second, from within the VS Code itself, we'll do that.
Okay.
Within the VS Code. I think your system is hanged. I think I cannot access it anymore.
Oh, 1 second. I think
Yeah.
resume.
Please resume that.
Mhm.
Is it good now, or I can see a hang screen? That's it. I hope it's good.
Mhm.
I added some extra quotation there. Okay, so first let me create a folder. Okay, if you go to how can I say, the file explorer option, just click on open folder. Okay, you don't have any so suppose if I want to open an existing folder, you can just select an existing folder, but if you want to create a new one, let me see if I can do that from here. I think I don't have access. Do I have a provision to create here? And Windows. New window, open file, open workspace, open this and add the workspace. Apart from this Visual Studio, can't I access your file explorer or any other thing then?
Not sure, Raju.
We can
Okay.
add the folder to the workspace, right?
I can add it, but I couldn't create it, right? That's the thing. I can add a folder.
Right click on the folder itself, right click new folder, we can create.
Okay, let me
Be
see
able
that.
to do that.
I was trying to do the same thing, but I couldn't do that. Something is wrong with it.
Yeah, I think share one. I have to resume the share.
Sure, okay. If this is not working, okay, let me get back to my system or else I'll share, because just for the sake of time. Saving some time. Can I access now?
Yeah.
Okay. So as per so here I'm trying to click the right click option. I couldn't do that. Can you
Yeah,
guide me how to
I
do
can
that?
do. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
so
yeah.
please
Can
do it
just-
right.
Yeah.
Folder. Yeah, give a name called Python sample or example folder -sample. Don't give any spaces. Python -sample. Okay. Yeah. Now just press enter and click that folder. That's it. Select that folder. Python sample. Yeah. Yeah. Great. So this is how you just create a folder and create a new file here. Within this folder, just click on that option. It's a
Rajiv,
Python file. Yeah.
I have a
Hello?
question here. When
Yeah.
we create a folder, then it's asking, do you trust the authors of the file in this folder?
Yes. Some systems might ask you. You can say yes, because you are going to be the one that going to use it, right? So we have our folder ready here. Okay, just click on the sample file. Okay, and give an example, something like that, example.py. Okay, this is going to be your fresh Python file. Okay, a newly created Python file. Write something, whatever you know. Just let me know. So this is going to be your first ever Python line. Okay, something like that. Print, you wanted to print the output of 1 plus 2. Okay, that's what you're going to do. So see here, there is a white dot here, right, on top, next to the example.py. Everyone can see that, right?
Yeah.
So that white dot means actually it is still in whatever changes you have made, that is not saved yet to the file. Okay. So when you click on Control S, you click on Control S or Command S. Nice. Ben, can you press Control S there? Just I couldn't access it anymore.
Control.
Control yes.
1 second.
Control yes. Or else give me the access again, because I couldn't access it anymore. I don't know this time limit about this one.
Yeah, you got it.
No. Oh.
I mean, it says you can control the system, but I'm not sure, Roger.
Yeah, I whatever operation I'm doing, it's not affecting there. That's the thing. I don't have access to your system.
So
Okay,
basically, you want me to just press Control S?
Yes, Control yes, that's it.
Okay, 1 second. It's giving me some speeches and stuff like that. But can I do it from a menu or option, something like that?
Yeah, just click the right button and see right option and see save is there or not. No, you don't have any save option. Okay, just leave it, leave it. I'll do it in my system, please.
Okay.
Okay. But you can follow it. It's not a big thing. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Please.
go to
Raji,
file,
can I-
go to file, right click, and you'll have the save option over there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just watch it.
Raju, can I ask a question here? It's,
Sure.
just
sure.
before we continue.
Yeah.
So I have a folder that I created on my desktop,
Mhm.
and I've opened the folder in this Visual Studio through the Explorer,
Mhm.
and it gives me a little dialog box. It says the git command requires the command line developer tools. Would you like to install the tools now? Choose install to continue, choose get Xcode to install Xcode, and the command line developer tools.
Please take a screenshot of it and just wait for wait there. Okay, maybe after the class I'll tell you that. Is that okay?
Okay,
Please take a screenshot of it. Okay.
okay.
Ben, just click on the file. Click on the file option, file in the file explorer part, where we created the folder from where we created file. Next to that VS Code
Yeah.
icon,
Yeah.
click on that and click save. Just save. Yeah. So that's how you can save it if not with the controls. Okay. So let me get back to my system. I'll do the same process again so that everyone can follow again. Okay. So
Okay.
please stop sharing. I'll start sharing it.
Okay.
Thank you. Hope you got to know like how to create a folder and a file, a simple folder and a file. Okay. It's not a big thing again. Yeah. So let me tell you the same process again, how to do that. Okay. So if you are in Mac or any other system, just come here to your file explorer, just save your folder name, some sample folder or something like that. Sample folder. Okay. So in this sample folder, if you want to access it through VS Code, just click on new window, go to open, desktop, sample folder. Okay, this is where I wanted to write all my codes. Okay, so just click on new file. It's going to be called as something like example.py. Okay, so in this example.py, I just want to write print 1 + 2, something like that. So once I've written this code, okay, this is my piece of code which I want to execute, which I wanted to be executed. Okay, so let me get back to the terminal. Okay, terminal or your command prompt. Okay, just redirect your terminal to the place where you have written this code. Okay, so right now this code is in the path desktop sample folder. Okay, so let me see where I am actually. So cd desktop cd sample folder. Okay, if I see present working directory, so I am actually at the same level of my my program where it resides. Okay, in the system. So let me check the files in that folder. So if I want to execute the Python file, what command did I told you on the first day or second day, right? What command should I execute?
Python and file.
Python 3.
Python 3. Yes, Python 3
Enter.
exactly. Example.py.
Dot.
This is how you execute your first Python folder, right? Okay, shall I? Is it clear, Ben, Paul, and everyone, to create a folder, creating a file, executing it in your terminal, Okay.
Yes. And why we have one more question? Why we need to give Python 3?
Why
We
we
can
need
give
to
Python.
No, okay. Good question. Good question, actually. So in my system, if I see, maybe in your system, if Python 2 is there or not, I don't know. If you see, I have Python and Python 3 installed in my system. right? I have two things. I have two versions of Python. So if I write just Python example.py, this Python 2 version of code will be executed. Python 2 version it means like my example.py will be considered as Python 2 version code, something like that. You understand when it comes to execution.
Okay. So, and what is the difference? And that means how computer takes which version is going to choose first?
See, it depends on, see, if by default, if you have Python 3 installed in your system, okay, either you type Python or Python 3, your system will consider it as Python 3 itself. Okay. But if you have installed two versions in your system, either Python 2 or Python 3, okay, you have to specifically mention which version you wanted to run this code, in which version you want to run this code. Any questions there?
No. Okay.
No, you have to understand it properly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have any doubts, just let me know.
Okay.
So this example.py, okay, it's just a program that we have written a simple line here, right? We can either choose to execute it in Python 2 or Python 3. That's what I'm trying to say here. If I write just simple Python example.py, my code will be considered as a Python version 2 code and it will start executing it like that. Okay, let me show, maybe this might help. Let me try this. I don't know. Okay, 1 second. If this is right or wrong, let me check it. Yeah, see, let me execute it with Python 3. You got the difference now?
Yes.
What is the difference that I made? See, as I told you in my yesterday's class, this is not acceptable in Python 3, right? Why? Because print is actually a keyword in Python 2, whereas print actually became a function in Python 3. Okay, again, what is a keyword and function? We are going to see in a couple of days, but just try to understand that. Okay, the difference. Okay, print was actually a keyword. In keyword means reserved for a specific task. Okay, keywords in a language means words reserved for a specific task. Okay, so print was actually a keyword in Python 2. But in Python 3, print actually became a function. So that's why we have to enclose it with parentheses. So when it comes to execution, if I want to execute that particular program in Python, it will execute. If I want to execute it in Python 3, it will execute. But whereas if I do the change, if I do the change, something like this, okay, it will only execute in Python version 2, not in Python version 3. Because in Python version 3, hello print is not a keyword. It is considered as a function. That is why it is suggesting, okay, did you mean to print hello world in parentheses or else in brackets, something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great, thank you. So so that's that. We have created a simple folder, then file, then we have executed it. Okay, let us do that small exercise of cloning your own repository from GitHub later when we discuss the data types part. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so in any program, yesterday we have in any programming language, okay, all we have to deal with is the different types of data, right? Different types of data, right? In regular world, okay, you say, okay, his name is John, his age is some 32, his age is some his weight is some 75, his height is some 168.2 centimeters. Okay, all these, when you say, all these are actually different categories of data, right? When I say John, it is actually a text kind of data, right? When I say his age, it is just an positive integer. It is an integer kind of data. Okay. When I say his marital status, let's say marital status. Okay. So either John married or not. Okay. So how can you say married or not means, if I say married, what would you say if he's really married guy? Okay. What would the immediate word you would say if I say married?
Opposite is unmarried.
No, not like that. He's actually married. So I said I've given a statement saying that okay, John is married. John is a married guy. So will you say it as a true sentence or false sentence?
Yes, it's a Boolean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a true sentence, right? So we are actually dealing with a Boolean data type there. So data types are not something restricted to a programming world itself. Okay, again, I'm telling you from the day one itself, whatever we deal with, whatever we deal in our real world, we are just trying to embed the same things in our programming language itself. Okay, programming concepts itself. Okay, so let's talk about each and every data type in detail here itself. Okay, again, I'm repeating, we are not so all these data types are nothing but whatever data categories or as different kinds of data that we deal in real world, we are actually doing the same thing here. Okay, so when if I want to represent things in sentences, in words, okay, so those kind of things we can actually keep it under a category of text type or else string type of data types in this Python. Okay, string is actually denoted as str in Python. Okay, str type, string type things. Okay, so let me open my REPL. REPL means read, evaluate, print, and loop in Python terms. We can simply call it as Python command line interface. Okay, so if I want to open my Python command line interface, what should be the command I should press or else I should enter? What should be the command that I should enter if I want to know the Python version? If I want to know the Python version, what should be the command?
Python.
Can someone?
Python
3
hyphen version.
Python 3 hyphen
version.
Okay, this will give you the Python version. So if I want to enter into the Python's console, Python command line interface, what command should I enter?
Python 3.
Python 3.
Exactly, Python 3. Great. So now we are actually in the command line interface of Python, right? So let us write some basic stuff here. Okay, so this command line interface allows us to give us the output at the on instant. Okay, in a quick instance. Okay, so you don't have to save the file, you don't have to run it, something like that. While learning, this is the best practice actually. So I told you how to save a variable or else how to save a value yesterday, right? An integer, let it be an integer or a string, something like that. How to store a value in Python, or else how to declare a variable in Python. When I told you yesterday the variables concept, I told you how to declare a variable, right?
A equal to
Equal to B, like that.
A equal to 1 or 2. A
Equal to
some
3
number.
some value.
Okay, great. So A equals to some kind of value. Okay, now because we are dealing with strings, we are trying to learn the strings. Okay, we can actually write a string here. Okay, so A equals to, you will represent a string in quotations. Okay, quotations are of two kinds, right? You have single quotations, something like this, right? First of all, is it visible to you guys? First of all, let me know. Is it visible? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you can represent either a single quote or else you can represent with a double quote, right? String. Okay. Anything that comes in within this string, within this single quotes, okay, that we can call it as a string. Let's say in our example, I'm calling John here. Okay. And I can say John as a string because it is enclosed in these single quotes. Okay. So when I When I want to get John, I can just simply say, I can just simply call A, and it will give me what is its value. What is its, what is A associated to? A associated to a value called John. I can declare the same variable within this double quotes as well. Okay. Right? So there is no difference in declaring the string either with, you can either declare it with a single quote, you can either declare it with a double quote, right? We have two other ways also that we will discuss that. Okay. Now, just tell me, do you think is there any limit for this John name? Can I write something like this?
Yes.
Right? Yes, I
Yes.
can write it. Yes, I can write it.
Yes.
There is no limit in Python technically, but there is a limit with when you take memory into consideration, your memory into consideration, your system's memory, or else your system allocated memory for Python, right? So there is technically no limit to declare, or else to declare, initialize a string based variable or variable in Python. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, so just small a trick here, or a standard related word here. Okay, never ever declare a variable with a single word. Okay, what is a variable here and what is a value here? First of all, just tell me what is a variable here and what is a value here.
Variable is A.
Variable is
Okay.
A, and the
Uh-huh.
ones which are in the quotes are
John
value.
is value.
One in the quotes is the value. Okay, A is our variable associated to that value. Okay, so never give A to or A or X or Y to any variable, any value. Okay, in Python or in any other language. Okay, that is not a good practice. Just give its specific name, a specific thing to a specific value or a specific field name, which makes more sense actually here. In this case, name would make more sense. Okay. In fact, first name would make even more sense, something like that, right?
Mhm.
So you have to give something like that. If you observe, I have given first name with a underscore actually, right? Can I give something like this? First space name.
Mm,
No, I
I think
cannot
we
give
did
that.
it too.
No, I cannot give that. I cannot give that. So your variable name should not have any spaces. Okay, your variable name should not have any spaces. You either have to you must have to attach it. If you have two different, if you want to mention it as two different words, okay, you have to either link it with some kind of underscore. Okay, that is actually a good practice when it comes to variable names. Okay, so this case is actually, or is this case is actually called as snake case in Python standards. Okay, there is another case to another standard of declaring a variable, that is called first name equals to John. Okay, this kind of declaration is called as camel case. Okay, first with a capital N and name, there is no space in between, or there is no underscore between them. Okay, these are just a standard related things. Okay, not essential if you want to write a code. It is very essential if you want to write a good code. There is a difference between code and a good code. Okay, you please understand that difference. So if you write, yeah.
Can you please make this as notes in somewhere so that we can read it later?
Yeah, I'll make a note. I'll as I'm keeping a notes kind of thing here in the data types. I will somewhere write it. Okay.
Yes.
and I'll post it in after today's class, right? So I'm just trying to say there is a difference between good code and code. If you want to write a code, if you want to write a simple code, you can just declare it A equals to John. But if you want to write a good code, you have to habituate to this practice. Okay, so let's get back to another data type called integer. Okay, strings. Okay, let us spend some more time on strings, because most of the things will revolve around strings in your most example cases. Okay, string, actually we can call it as iterable thing. Okay, why iterable and how to iterate it, or else how to access it, we will see that. Okay, when I say string is actually an iterable thing, means we can actually go through it step by step, or else we can go through it character by character. We can access it character by character. Let's see how to do that. Again, I'm declaring a variable. Okay, I don't have to declare it because I have declared already, because still we are in the same session, right? So if I want to get only, first character of my name, if I want to get only first character of my name, I can just do it something like this. Okay, if I want to get my second character, I can just do something like this. Okay, let me get back to this page and show you how it is actually an iterable thing. So this is actually my John string, right? So John 0 O1 2H 3N. So this is the character index of my variable called, or else the value called John. This is how Python treats it in the background. So when I call 0, when I call first name of 0, it just gave me the 0 index associated character. J is a character, right? And what is the 0 index associated to in this case? John, actually. J, right? 1 index is associated to 0. 2 index is associated to H. 3 index is associated to N, right? Anyone has any questions here?
No.
You should ask me, because these are really important. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. And please don't worry, because these are the things that are going to be repeated every time when we do when we are writing a dictionary. Again, in a dictionary you will deal with the strings. Again, in list you will deal with the string. Again, in a function you will deal with the string, right? We will come across this concept again and again throughout our journey of learning Python. Okay, so don't worry, just focus on what I'm trying to say here. Okay, any questions in this part when I say string is an iterable thing?
Actually, can you explain string again?
Yeah, okay, which part you want me to explain again? So from the beginning, or this iteration part, iterable part?
From iterable part, actually.
Okay, so actually iterable means actually you can iterate over a particular word or a particular sentence, or else a particular thing. Okay, in this case, iterating or else iterable thing means you can access it character by character, or else character by character you can access it. Okay, how can you access it? Because in the background, John is actually stored, or else John is actually associated with indexes called 0, with indexes from 0, actually 0 1 2 3. So let's say if you have a space here, okay, that even that space will be considered as a associated with an index. Let's say I have John Moses or something like that, or John Raj, something like that. I have something, a word, something like that. Okay, so R will be associated with 5, A will be associated with 6, 7 will be associated with J. Okay, so on and so forth. If you have some n number of characters here, you will go till some 7, 8, 9 until n, something like that, right? If you want to access a specific word D, why you want to access, if you ask me now, you won't see any use now, but in later cases or else in later examples or else in later journey of learning Python, you will definitely see a use case there. Okay, so I'm trying to tell you that you can access John by character. Okay, not word by word. You can this is John is a single word, right? I can access it character by character. That's what I'm trying to say here when I say iterable. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see in the case of age is a integer, right? Okay, can we see if we can access it character by character or else integer by integer? 2 is an individual value, 5 is an individual value by, right? Together they became 25. But let us see if I can access 2 alone. I cannot access it, right? It is saying int object is not subscriptable. I cannot separate it. Okay, int is considered, or 25 here is considered as a single value here. Okay, whereas John is actually considered as a group of characters. Okay, JOHN is actually considered as group of characters where you can access each and every character by using this method or by using this way, right? Any doubts there?
No.
Yeah, integer is a simple thing. You can either just give age equals to some any number, something like this. Okay, there is again string, you don't have any limitation technically in Python. Okay, again it with respect to memory, yes, you have a limitation there. Okay, when your memory exceeds, you cannot enter number greater than till that point. Okay, so I can just add to this point, you will get a result here. It was ended with the 227. If you add a number to it, just 1, you got your big number with 28, just 1 added value with that. Okay, so let's say if I want to initialize or else if I want to declare a float related value, float means so far we have discussed string, then integer. Float is actually a decimal value, right? Like which has some points, like let's say can you give me the example for the good float values, real world example, like age, any other thing?
Price.
Sorry, which one?
Price.
Price means price. Sorry, but let me tell you this one. Height in centimeters. See, when I'm declaring a variable, I'm trying to keep it with the standard way, right? For your sake itself. See, I have written height in centimeters equals to 169.54, something like that. Okay, so this is actually these values are actually called as float values. Okay, you can store or else you can use them in your programming languages as in this Python programming language as well. Okay, it's not a big thing. When you write it, you will get to know that in detail more. Okay, so let us declare a marital status, something like that. Okay, if it is true, you can say true. It's a Boolean value. Okay, if it is false, you can just say false. Okay, what if I don't want to mention my marital status value, sorry. Okay, in real world, just tell me, there is an option, either you can mention you are married or not married, either you can say so I don't want to mention, something like that. How do you think we can do that in Python? Let's say if you want to do the same scenario in Python, the real world scenario in Python, can anyone tell me? So I have two options when it comes to marital status. Either I can say true or false. Let me introduce a new option as well, which is so I don't want to mention something like that. What should I do there? Just give me a guess, okay? I don't want a specific answer.
NA.
Not available. Great. Okay.
Not applicable.
Not available. Okay. Any other thing?
None.
Good. Good. Okay. Any other thing?
Null.
Yeah. I heard the answers that I'm expecting. Okay. So null or none. Okay. You can either initialize a variable with null or none. Null is not in Python actually. Equivalent of null is actually a none. None is actually a type of a data type in this Python. Okay. You can declare a variable with none type. Okay. This is not 0. This is not 1. When you declare a variable with none, you are not saying it is 0. You are just saying it is a none type of variable, none data type of variable. In not in marital case, okay, it will be very useful in this case. Okay, let's say I have a first name equals to John. Okay. Sorry. I have a second name or else a middle name, something like that. Suppose if I don't have a middle name, what can I do? I have a first name, I have my last name, but I don't have a middle name. How should I do this thing? I can either do with a none, or I can either say middle name equals to none, but I can at the same time I can actually initialize it with empty string, initialize as an empty string. You understand that a string can be an empty string. Okay, if I see middle underscore name, I can see an empty screen, which means there is nothing there. It's just an empty string. Though middle name is of type string, but it doesn't have any specific value. Even it doesn't have any space as well. Even space is considered as a valid character in Python. But even in this case, we haven't even added a space there. It's just an empty string. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you an exercise. I'm going to give you an exercise saying that, okay, can you write a file? Can you write a file in your own system? Please create a folder like the way I did it in Ben's system. Create a folder called Python tutorial, sample, or any other name of your choice. Create a file called datatypes.py. Declare all these things and try to print them. So I'll select a random person and I can ask them to share the screen so that we can follow along with him. Okay, is that okay? First of all, is it okay with you guys? Just to give you an small exercise in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rajiv, one question.
Yeah, sure.
You're in when it comes to none, you have the variable middle name equal to none, and none in that case it looks like a string, but it doesn't have the quotation. So none is somehow like a preserved value.
Yes.
Word.
Super. Exactly. None is actually a keyword. None is actually a keyword itself.
Okay. So it recognizes that and it will not give you an error when you see that sort of thing.
Exactly. Great question.
Okay. The other question with that is, in this case of marital status, you have true and false, which are both Boolean, right?
Yeah.
So now when you can use none in any of the types of instead of any type, like in a Boolean it would work. It would work with a string. It would work with
that. I understand your question. That's the beauty of Python. Actually, you don't have to restrict a variable with a data type. Let's say in this case, I have added age equals to 12, right? My age is 12. Okay. So when I say, if I want to replace that with a string, I can do that immediately. I don't have to do any declaration again. But whereas in C, if you declare a variable int C equals to 12, okay, let's say in this case, it will throw me an error, but don't worry. Am I sharing my screen?
You stopped it.
Really?
Stopped.
Or somehow something got clicked and it just vanished. Okay. I hope you can see my screen now. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't worry about this error because this is not a C compiler, right? C interface. So int C equals to 12. But again, if I want to assign it to a character, something like that, a small character. Okay. In C, it will throw me an error saying that, okay, hey, you have declared C, the variable C, as of integer data type. But here you're trying to add a character to it. Okay, you're doing something wrong. Why? Because in the background, integer has already been allocated with 4 or 8 bytes, whereas character requires only some specific bytes or of some data type only. It can accept some data type alone. Okay. In Python, everything is being considered as an object. You don't have to you don't have to restrict it with a single data type. Okay. My interpreter will take care of it. Okay, what kind of data type it is when you're running the program or else when you're executing the program. But I have a provision to declare with this marital status variable with whatever data type I want. Let me make it clear, with whatever data type I want. Okay, either it can be the so far discussed data types are actually integer, float, string, boolean. These 4 data types we have discussed so far, right? These are actually the essential things in programming for now, for us to get going. Okay, so these 4 data types I can assign it to marital status. I don't have any restriction there, right?
Right.
Okay, so let me introduce you one function, a built-in function. Okay, type is actually a built-in function which will give us the information of what kind of data type is a variable. Okay, let us say, see, age has been declared here with a string, right? Recently, the last declared age thing, right? So it has given me type. When I say a type of age, it said class, it is of class string. Okay, it is of type string. Don't worry about the class or anything, just consider that as type string. So did I told you or not? Like in my string is actually denoted as str. Okay. Let's say if I want to see the type of marital status, it is of none type. Did I declare it as none at any point? Yes, I declared it. Yeah, the last defined variable for value for marital status is none, right?
Yes.
Let's say if I want to declare again that with a boolean. Yeah, see, it is of type bool, right? So if you want to know a specific data type of a specific variable, the data type of a specific variable, in which data category it falls under, you can use this built-in function called type. Okay, so let's jump into this exercise. Don't worry, I'll keep a notes on all these things. Okay, I'll post it in the GitHub so that you guys can follow after the class. Okay, and can you guys write the function, a program just like me, which has a quotation, a bulk line quotation, something like this. Okay, which has you guys have to enter values like this. Okay, age, name, age in years, height in centimeters, weight in kilograms, marital status, something like this. Okay, and show me the result. That's it. Quickly, you guys have 5 minutes to do that. Let us start sharing the screen at 7:08. Okay, now it's 7:03. Yeah, okay.
I'm doing in Windows and I'm trying to access the command prompt, but I'm unable to do it. Can you please help me?
Yeah, please start share your screen. Meanwhile, rest of the guys, can you do that? First of all, are you comfortable with that? I need your response or some kind of thing because
Yeah, it's just we are
Yes.
doing the bulk thing, right?
sorry, bulk comment. You should start with the bulk comment. So why? Because I'm saying with the bulk comment, every time it's a good practice to tell yourself, right? This comment is saying, this comment is actually saying yourself that, okay, what this command program is about, what kind of things you have used in this program, something like that. It's all about your own convenience and your own practices. Okay. So by doing this, you will get to know how to use a bulk comment. Okay, how to declare a variable, how to declare different kinds of data types, and how to print them. Okay, that's what this exercise is meant for actually. Okay, so great. So please start your screen. I hope other guys are doing it. Okay, I assume that other guys are doing. So let's meet at 7:08, as I said. So can you please open the Windows symbol? Click on Windows symbol. Whoever is sharing the screen, madam, can you please open that Windows symbol? I cannot see it, that's why. I just see the I just see this
I think
thing,
that's okay.
the VS Code. I just see the VS Code alone. You can do it here itself, but let us, as you asked, let us, can you please revise on how to create a folder as I missed it? Okay. Then no problem, no problem. I'll do it. I'll do it. First,
So-
let's finish this thing.
I need to share.
Meanwhile, let me quickly show her how to create a folder. Okay.
Okay.
So those who have missed how to create a folder, just please follow. I'll move this to bin. Okay. So if you are in your desktop or any other documents or any other downloads folder, just click on your right buttons and your file options and those things. Click on new folder. Just give a name to this one, sample folder or Python tutorials, TUTS kind of name. Okay. So once you do that, come back to your Visual Studio. Come back to your Visual Studio and say, go to your file. Okay, click on new window. I don't want to open in the same window. When I say new window, why? Because I'm doing it. I don't want to open in this window itself. Okay. I want to keep this window live and I want to open the other folder in another window. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay. So once you clicked on that new window option, okay, click on this open. You'll get prompted with this editing evolved Visual Studio, something like that. So click on redirect your I don't know what this is called, the prompt or whatever it is, the explorer kind of thing. Okay. Where is that? Python text. Yeah, this is the folder that I've created, right? So click on it. Suppose if you want to create a new folder, okay, at this level, in the desktop level, you can either say new folder here itself. Okay, for me I have that provision, but for you I don't. If you don't have it, that's okay, totally okay. So let's open the Python text. Click on open here. So once you open the folder, you will have this thing in the Explorer listed here. Okay, you'll have Python text in capitals listed in the Explorer here. Okay, just click on new file. Here there is a symbol with a document. There is a symbol with folder icon. There is a refresh icon. There is a minimize or collapse icon. Okay, so give a name, example.py, something like that, data types.py. Data types.py. So that's how you
Rajiv,
write
I
a file. Yeah.
I did all those things, but from the command prompt, I'm unable to access like change directory. I did in this command prompt of C, but going to Python editor, I'm unable to do that. How to change the into folders and then access the exact file to execute.
Let's see when you share the screen. Is that okay?
Okay,
Is it Shilpa? Is it Shilpa?
Priya, I'm Priya.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Shilpa, are you clear with this folder creation?
Yes,
Folder and
thank
file.
you.
Okay, so execution, you know, right? How to execute it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Priya, can you share your screen quickly? So, I think we are already 7:09. Have you guys done it?
Yes.
Whatever exercise I've given. Can you send a screenshot or something like that? Or is it good to send a screenshot here? Okay, first let us help Joy in okay, Priya screen in the okay. So can you click there dir wherever you are? Yeah, click at dir. It's directory list dir. Okay, so where you saved your file? Object desktop or which
It's desktop. Yeah, desktop.
Yeah, cd change directory cd space des tab. You can just press tab. Yeah, click enter. Yeah, now you're in the desktop level. Again press dir. We'll see what kind of folders we have in the dir in this folder.
I created Python lessons.
Python lessons. Okay, great. So again change directory cd capital P okay, tab. Oh, it's not underscore, it is hyphen. Yeah, sorry, it's underscore. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's underscore. Okay, so now you're in Python lessons, right? Again, dir.
Yes. And then in Python lessons example. Okay.
Just press dir there.
Yes.
Just see how many files are there. Okay, so you have one file, example.py. So please, you can execute there using that command, Python 3, example.py.
Oh.
Python 3 space, Python 3 space, example.py.
Okay.
Example.py. Example.py. Did you get your answer?
Yeah, got it.
Great.
So we no need to go to the like Python to change the directory. How your Mac is looking like different, right? So I'm trying in that way. So, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's
yeah. Maybe it's just an OS.
Okay.
Variant changes and those things.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So someone said HTML, CSS. Oh, okay. So someone has printed HTML, CSS, and Josephine, right? So Josephine, do with different kinds of data types, not just printing the programming languages. Okay, just print. One second. Just print something like this. Take first name, middle name, last name, age, height in centimeters, weight in kilograms. Some weight in kilograms, you can keep it as floating variable. Okay, just try to print. Okay, marital status. I'll tell you about these things, escape sequences and those things now in a while. Just keep it something like this. Okay, I want you to print all these values. First name,
We don't
comma.
see your screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so I want you guys to print something like this: age, height in centimeters, weight in kilograms, something like that. Okay. For now, this is good. If you do this thing, this is good. Can you guys let me know if you have done it or not? If you need any help in that process, please do ask me, because these are actually pretty much the same thing that you'll encounter at other stages of your learning as well. Okay, but at that time I won't be this detailed about these kind of things. Okay.
So Rajiv,
Yeah.
we have to always go to the terminal to run the program that was written in the Visual Studio.
You don't have to, but
Uh-huh.
why I said why I am trying to tell you in that way is you will first habituate to that one, so that you can understand the you can understand actually how you can actually redirect to a folder where your Python file is actually written. Once you are familiar with that, we will understand, or else we will get to know how to execute the same thing in our Visual Studio itself. Because in the Visual Studio, it will give you, or else it will directly give you the folder where your the folder where your Python program is actually there. So there is no learning there in the beginning, right? So first we'll get to know the hardest part of it, then we'll come to the easiest part of it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So everyone, I hope this is a simple program. Let me make it clear. This is a very simple program. So it shouldn't take much time. Okay. So I think I have given enough time. You guys have, if you are okay with that, please share your screenshot, and don't remove these file, or don't erase this file or anything. You have to push this to your GitHub repository. Okay. If not today, maybe we can do it tomorrow. That's okay. Totally fine. Right.
Okay.
Can I get an yes? So if you guys have done it or not, if you have any issues, please let me know. We still have 15 minutes or 20 minutes to cover that part. Let's just go slow, no problem. Can I go to the next one then? If you guys have written it. I'm just getting yes from Paul. That's it. Any rest of the guys? Is it understand? If you don't give me any reply, I should consider you don't understand. That's the thing. I need some kind of response. There are 11 participants.
Rajiv, I was unable to get into.
Sorry.
I was unable to get into command prompt actually. When I'm trying to get into that, it's a syntax error.
Oh, okay. Can you share your screen? Yeah, quickly share your screen. I can guide you. So that's the thing. Like,
screenshot of that file.
Sorry.
That file, the data type. Yeah. 1 second. I will take the screenshot.
Yeah. Okay. I'll push this code once after the class maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the one. Let me, okay. You guys, if you guys want to take a screenshot, please take a screenshot now itself, so that you can take it as a reference. Done. Okay, let me switch back to Vamshi's screen. Okay, so Vamshi, where you got stuck there?
So this is
yeah, actually, so understand, you are actually inside the Python command line interface. You are not in System Explorer level.
okay. Yeah.
Malika said she's done it. Great, Malika. Thank you. I try to write some other variables, try to explore around the variables. Okay, the data types, those data types itself, whatever data types we have discussed. Great, Malika. Next one. So Vamshi, yeah. So now actually what you're doing here is like you're telling the command line interface which it doesn't know how to do it. Okay, so that is why whenever it sees Python 3 space exp.py, it is saying invalid syntax. I don't even understand what you're trying to say. Okay, now let's come out of this command line interface. Let's get back to the file explorer level. So that is where you can execute the programs. Control D, press Control D, or exit. You can either press Control D or exit. Exit again, Control Z, exit with function symbol, some exit brackets, exit brackets, exit. Yeah, no, exit, right, exit, then bracket symbols.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Now you are in the Windows Explorer, or else your File Explorer. Now tell me where your program is actually. in which
Downloads.
folder? Downloads. Okay.
Downloads.
Just press DAR there, or I'll just say directory CD. Yes, you are in that. You can go from here. CD means change directory, space, capital D.
Okay.
No, CD space. You're literally trying to say your computer that change my directory to downloads. Capital D OWN space tab. You can just press tab there because it will fill it automatically. Will it happen here in this case? No, it's not happening. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It happened. Okay, great. Yes, press enter. Okay, now you're in the downloads folder. In which folder you have saved in downloads?
Python sample.
Okay, so CD space Python sample without any. This is a case sensitive thing, right? Like you have to enter in whichever case you have written that. Okay, so everything in small letters or capital letters.
Sample. Just enter after that.
Yeah. No, there is no path specified here. So press DAR. Look for the option there.
Not within downloads, it's separate. It's not within downloads.
It's not there.
It's already separated, along. It doesn't look like it's in the downloads. It's a separate folder.
Yeah.
So
do you remember where exactly you have?
So this is the one now which I created, Python.
Click on right click on that Python sample. Okay. Can I know the path? Okay. Can you quickly open the terminal? I press terminal there. Press terminal. No. Here in the Visual Studio. You just terminal. Yeah, they're on the
yeah.
New terminal. Yeah. So you are, it's PWD. Just press PWD there. Yeah, you have opened it. Go to the command prompt again now. You are not in the downloads actually. You are come back there. Okay, you just say CD in the command space. Just CD. Okay, CD space dot or else CD space dot. Yes, click on that. Okay, you are actually coming out of that downloads. Now press CD space capital P Python, the same thing that you have entered. Sample.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, right. You are in the actual folder now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please stop sharing. I'll start sharing the screen. So if you guys have done that, okay. So let me introduce you to two new concepts or else two new things in this string declaration. Okay. Let's say I want to see here my height is in centimeters. What if I want to write my height in what is that, feet? Okay, if I want to write my height in feet, how should I do? If let's say if I'm 5'10" or 5'9", I'll say 5. How would I represent that 5'9"? 5 feet 9 inches or something like that. Can anyone tell me in the chat box, or if you know, you can say it. Say it in the.
$5.9.
No, not 5. 5 4 something like that. They will say something like this. I believe they will say something like this. If I'm wrong, please do guide me. Okay.
Yeah.
5 feet
5 feet 10
10
inches.
10
Yeah,
inches.
5 feet 10
5 feet
inches.
10
Right?
inches.
Okay. So I'm trying to write the same thing. I'm trying to represent in the same manner, but looks like there is an issue, right?
You need the double quotes after 10.
So let me execute this so that you will know what could be the error. Print height of in feet, right? So print data types. So it is saying some kind of syntax error. There is a syntax error actually. It is not accepting it, something like this, 5, some kind of quotation with 10, right? So let us try to add it as a string then. If it is not taking it as an integer, let us try to take it as a string. So when I say string, what should I do? Tell me please, what should I do? If I want to consider it as a string, what should I do?
Quotation marks.
Quote,
Put the quotation,
Double
double
quotation.
single or double
single
quotation
quotes.
around the word.
Close the bracket.
Double
Yeah.
quotes or single quotes, double quotes or single quotes, right? Let us try to add some single quotes. I'm lazy right now, so let us add. I don't want to press shift and that one. So single quotes I added. Okay.
But there is a quotation, and the quotation is under inside, right? 5.
You're killing the movement here. No problem. Thanks for that. So I'm trying to add in the please don't mind, okay? I'm just joking. Okay. So single quotes, okay? I'm trying to add it in the single quotes, but again my Python interpreter thrown me an error, right? It is saying again it is invalid syntax. So what should I do? So actually, if you have any quotations here inside your string, okay, if you have a single quote, you can either enclose it with double quotes. Let's say if you have a double quote, again it will throw an error. So you have to add a single quote. If you can enclose it with a single quote. That is one option you can do, right? And another option is to have an escaping sequence, something like this, right? A backward, what is it? Forward slash, yeah, backward slash.
Backslash, yeah.
Yeah, backslash, something like that, right? Suppose, so this is just a way, actually, there is no logic or there is no trick behind it. It is just a way Python has given us some kind of advantages when it comes to writing these kind of things. That's it. There is no why here, okay? This is just how we can represent it. That's it. There is no why here. Why we are doing this? There is no, nothing like that. Let's say
So
if I
what
want
does
to,
the backslash do, Rajiv?
it just ignores, or else it just keeps this single quote within this string. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So technically, you shouldn't have a string, a quote within.
You should have that's the thing. Like I'm
You
not
should
saying
just
you
be
shouldn't have it.
You should
I'm
have
not
it at the
saying,
beginning and the end. If you have one in the middle, it'll give you an error. And in order to ignore that part, you're just
yes,
the backslash.
backslash. Yes, that's it. Exactly. See, if I want to print and output something like this,
Mhm.
using what we know, it is not giving me the same exact result what I expected, right? So I have to introduce something. I have to introduce a way that I can ignore that, or else that I can or how can I say, keep that I have to figure out a way saying that, okay, keep this single quote within this string or something like that. Okay. How we can do this? We can do this in two different ways. One is to enclose it with double quotes. One is to add this backward backslash, something like that. Okay.
So when you print it, it'll still show the 5 single quote 10.
Yeah, that's what it is doing here, right?
Okay.
If you see here, did I?
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Now, suppose if you have an about of yours, if you have your own about, okay. Suppose it is actually coming 2 lines or more than 2 lines or something like this. Okay. So let's say Mr. John has done so much. Mr. John has achieved so many things in his life, where a single line of my Windows VS Code editor is not enough for his achievements. Okay. So I had to come down to the next line, so on, something like that. So how do I keep it, or else how do I say my interpreter, okay, man, line number 37 till line number 39 is the same string. please consider it as a string. Okay, how should I do that? Again, I'll add some backslash at the end of my each line, so that I am actually saying, please consider this as my as a single string. If you have, see, all these are actually, if you have, or else if you encounter any such things, please use this. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. This is, as I said, this is all about how to do. That's it. See,
Can't see what it printed actually.
but with a small space.
Can you go down, Ravi? We can see that, I believe.
Can you see it now? Can you see it now at least?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now we can see.
It just considered it as a single string. That's it. Right?
Okay, so the backslash is just ignoring any space afterwards.
Yes. Yes.
So it'll ignore just anything you put afterwards. In the previous case, it was a quotation, the single quotes, and now it's ignoring space.
Yes.
And anything else basically.
Yes. Exactly.
But
That
So
means when you want to write the same line in a second line, you have to put slash and write on the second line.
if you want to consider, or else if you want to take one more line, all I'm trying to do is, if I want to write one more line, just do it something like this. That's what I'm saying. Only
Okay,
if
so
you
you
have,
have to
if
end
you
with
have to
the.
write it another line.
Okay, so that line has to end with the backslash.
Backslash, exactly. If you want to write a new line, just give it a backslash at the end. That's it.
with this string, Rajiv, with these 4 lines, the indentation doesn't matter.
No,
Okay.
indentation doesn't matter, because all these actually belongs to the same. That's what I'm trying to tell my interpreter, saying that, okay, this is, please consider this as a single string.
Okay.
Please consider this as a single string, something like that.
Right, but the 4th line, it was indented more than the other 3 lines, so that doesn't matter.
Where exactly? 1 second.
No, you aligned it now, but I'm saying before that, the 4th line, this JSA semicolon.
Yeah. So say let's say if you give something like this, okay, what will happen? Just a space will add there. That's it. Nothing much.
Oh, okay. All right.
You got it. So to keep it
For a
in
string, it
format,
doesn't matter, you're saying.
Yeah.
Because yesterday there was some, maybe whatever the function or.
Okay.
We needed to have that.
You said in Python the spaces also take a value, right?
Yes.
If you want to have the index of some number, the space also consider.
Exactly. Let me show you how. About of let's say you have a space in the first character itself. Always starts with 0. So there is a space. See, space has been printed. Height and feet. Let us comment that as well, and see now. Can you?
Yes.
Here, when I try to print data types program, when I try to execute the data types program, all I can see is a space. That's it. At this one, at this space, about of 0. Suppose if I say about of 1, because this is a string, I can iterate it through each and every character. So let's say if I have a about of 1, I can actually get the first character of the word this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's stop for today. Let me give you a quick explanation of the Python, how it actually works, or else what is Python virtual machine, and this thing just for about 2 minutes. We can again at any point we can discuss all these things, but just to give you an idea, I'm just saying First of all, you have any doubts on the lesson? Sorry, the string escape sequences and backslash escape sequence that I've told you just now. If you don't have, let me tell you this thing.
Just a quick question about the print, Rajiv. I
Yeah,
know
sure.
when you asked us to write that little program, you had
Uh-huh.
print all those things in one line itself,
Yes.
not separate. I mean,
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
I did it is I printed 5 different lines.
No, yeah. No problem. That is actually a very good thing because I haven't told you how to separate it with a comma, right? So you just did what you know. That's it. So that is a good thing. I'll tell you. But because since I'm habituated to this, I forgot that I didn't tell you this one. So I written whatever I know. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you write it something like this, that's totally fine. We will
Okay.
see how to write it in a single print in tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's class, whenever we come across this thing. Okay. But writing this way is completely fine.
Okay.
For now. Okay. So can I go ahead and just tell you this one?
Yes.
Just a 5-minute class, just a quick class. I think I have given you an explanation in the GitHub, okay, how Python actually works or else something like that. But let me tell you in the visual format also. Yeah. So assume this is your computer, okay? Assume this as your system, okay? You have assume a probe.py file. Okay.
Matthew, are you sharing your screen?
No, I'm sharing the whiteboard.
Okay.
Can you guys see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So great. So assume you have a probe.py. Okay. Probe.py means okay, or else I can take the example of whatever program name that I've given for data types. Data types.py, something like that.
Okay.
So I have a program name data type. Sorry. Tell me when you are ready joining me and stuff. Okay, sorry, I'm running late. Okay. So data types.py is my program here. Okay. So this can be written or this will be written in a high level language. High level language, when I say it is a human readable language. Okay. Python is actually a high level language, right? Like you can read the program, right? Whereas machine can understand only the low level or else machine level binary code, right? You are with me on that?
Yes.
Machine can only understand ones and zeros, machine code.
Okay.
Which is 10101, sorry, 001010, something like that. So who will actually do this part of converting my data types.py of human readable language to machine code? Okay, in other languages like C or anything, okay, there is a concept called compiler, which does that part. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Compiler actually does this conversion from human readable to the machine code. Okay.
Okay.
Raju, I'm sorry. Are you
Yeah.
trying to type something on the whiteboard and show it to us? Because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see anything here. It's just
Can you guys
whiteboard.
see?
We can
Can
see
you
the
guys-
whiteboard, but it's nothing. I mean, there's nothing movement in there.
Yeah, no movement, nothing. So
Okay, so in the pages, just go to page 2. In the pages, there is an icon called page. There is an icon called page in the side left bar.
yeah, so create up to 12 pages. So on that first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Click that, so you can see. Actually,
Okay.
have you opened the Python Tuts whiteboard?
Yeah, so I clicked on the second image that is with the color
Yeah.
yellow.
Yellow, yes, exactly that one. Can you see data types.py machine code 100?
Yeah,
These changes.
right. Yeah, I
Can
can see
anyone,
that.
can everyone see that now?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
so this compiler actually does this conversion of converting human readable code to the machine code. In Python, it is little bit different. Okay, my Python's compiler, okay, it doesn't convert directly to the machine code. Okay, what it does as I told you in the GitHub, okay, it does convert it into a byte code which can be understandable or processed by
Hey, Ravi?
virtual machines. Yeah,
Are you sharing your screen?
I'm sharing the whiteboard. That's
And
what
I can
I'm.
write here.
Sorry.
I can write on my laptop.
Right means sorry.
I'm drawing something and it is allowing me to, I'm not sharing your screen, right?
Okay. Just do one thing. Okay. Please click on pages. Please click on pages. You can see a colored image. Click on that page. I'm in the second page actually. Yesterday I was in the first page, telling you the data types and storing the value. Now I'm telling you this byte code, machine code kind of thing. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one thing, or else actually I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I don't see any pages on my thing too, Roger.
Yeah, okay, let's do one thing. Let's continue this thing tomorrow. Let's copy, let me copy this thing in another editor, in another diagram editor kind of thing. Tomorrow maybe I can show you because I'm already running late. I'm really sorry. Okay, we are already 7:40 here, 10 minutes ahead. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me give you the summary of what we did so far. Let me start sharing my screen again. So we have actually gone through, or else we have actually learned some of the data types like str, string, integer, float. Okay, we haven't gone to the composite data types yet, but we have explored a bit on Boolean type and non-type variables, sorry, data types. We have understood, or else we just got to know a built-in function called type, which will give me a data type of a specific variable. Okay, that's what we did today. And we have written a small program to which involves some bulk commenting thing, which involves some naming convention in Python. Okay, snake case naming convention, which involves some string declarations. Okay, integer, Boolean declaration, float declaration, and those things. We have learned a backslash escape sequence in Python. We learned some multi-line string. Okay, we learn how to line a multi-line string. Okay, we learn how to access a string with its indexes. Okay, a iterable string with an indexes. Okay, and we have written a small program with that, right? So can we start the lesson for today? Stop the lesson for today, and shall we continue tomorrow? Is that okay?
Yes, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you,
Are we
Ravi.
are we good?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Raja. Yeah.
Thank you,
for
Raj.
being
Thank you,
very
Raj.
patient with us. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye. Ravi,
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
okay, Ravi.